Hey everybody, the start of the NHL regular season is now less than a week away, and today I want to take a look at some early season matchups within the first week or so of the season that I am really excited about and I definitely think will be worth watching. Before we get started, if you're interested in betting the NHL this season and looking for some great picks, please check out BPOW Picks. The link is down in the description. BPOW is running a free trial right now through October 6th, so you get to try it out and see if you like it, completely free, and then you can decide if you want to continue or not come October 6th. BPOW offers picks every single day in the NHL and other major sports, and all you have to do to start your free trial is click that link in the description, then message Off the Wall Hockey in the chat so they know that I sent you. But let's get into it here, taking a look at these great early season matchups, and we are going to start on October 7th, the first official game of the NHL season. The San Jose Sharks and Nashville Predators. This game is over in Europe, taking place in Prague, and it is the first regular season game of the year. So obviously, it's a big one just because this is the first game that really counts and really means something. And it's just, kind of that kickoff of hockey being really back for good, getting the season going. And super, super excited about that. Just to have the regular season starting, games matter, and getting things kicked off here in the 2022-2023 season. The next game comes October 11th, and this is the opening night for normal NHL action in North America. It's the first game of the year, nationally televised. Only game going on at the time, so it is all eyes will be on these two teams, and not to mention it's a rematch from last year's Eastern Conference Final between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the New York Rangers. These teams obviously both very, very good, had a great playoff series last year. I'm sure there's certainly no love lost between these two after that series last year. It should be a physical game, very fun to watch. Two great teams going at it. And both of these teams trying to kick off their seasons in which they have very high expectations off on the right foot. It might be the first game of the year for both of them, but both teams very much want to win that first game and come out strong to start the new season. And both of these teams are going to be very fun to watch this year. And when they play each other, it's going to be maybe even a little bit more so fun to watch after that playoff series last year. Next game, October 12th. This one is definitely personal to me because obviously the Boston Bruins are my favorite team. This is the Boston Bruins' first game of the season. So this is a very big game and for me personally because the Bruins are starting things off against the Washington Capitals. Always a great matchup when these two teams play. This is also going to be nationally televised on TNT. So again, a lot of eyes are going to be on this game. And the Bruins hopefully going to have a good year this year, although I do have my concerns. Nonetheless, it's going to be great to see them get their regular season started and get things going in 2022-2023. Next up, we have the Ottawa Senators versus Toronto Maple Leafs on Saturday, October 15th. This is a matchup that has a lot going on here. So many eyes on Ottawa after the offseason that they had. So much hype surrounding this team as they made some major, major moves trying to become competitive again, come out of the rebuild that they've been in. And then Toronto has been one of the best teams in the East for the last few years. Already up there, already a team that has very high expectations. And this is such a great early season test for the Senators to see just how much better they have gotten. And then you have the rivalry aspect of this, which really hasn't been much of a rivalry in recent years. The Battle of Ontario is definitely a matchup and a rivalry that I'm hoping comes back, especially now with the Senators getting better. And both of these teams haven't been good at the same time in a long time. I mean, this was a great rivalry back in the early and mid 2000s. You had, the Matt Sundin and Daniel Alfredsson days. That's when this matchup really was at its peak, and it hasn't been that way in a long time because these teams haven't been good at the same time in a long time. You had Toronto really struggled for a while Ottawa was a pretty competitive team. And then after 2017, Ottawa went into their rebuild way downhill. And that's just as Toronto was starting to come up and out of their rebuild and really become a top team. Finally, now I think there's a chance for these two to be good at the same time over the next few years, especially if Ottawa's offseason moves have made them as good as so many people are hoping they're going to be this year. And that could really bring a return to this Battle of Ontario. So this is a matchup that I'm going to be watching very, very closely, and I hope that these two teams can start to play some great games against each other. And finally, number 5, also from Saturday, October 15th, we have our first Battle of Alberta, Calgary against Edmonton. First time in the regular season, comes very early in the regular season this year. And this has been a premier rivalry in the NHL for the last few years. Obviously, they had a playoff series against each other last year. Two very good teams in the Pacific Division. No reason to think that it's not going to be one of, if not the best rivalry matchups throughout this season in the NHL. And they get going against each other very, very early on. So this one kind of speaks for itself. I don't have to say much. It's the Battle of Alberta, Flames, Oilers, early in the season, and I don't think it's going to take long for this matchup to heat up, especially after they played in the playoffs last year. So those are some early season matchups in the first week or so of this year that I am super, super excited for. I will definitely be watching as many of these as I can. And man, is it going to be great to have hockey back. So please let me know your early season matchups that you're very excited about down in the comments below. There are some great games early on this season, and there's going to be a lot of great hockey to watch. Don't forget to check out BPAL Picks as well, link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Before you go, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. Those links are down in the description. If you'd like to further support the channel, links to our merchandise store, membership, and donations down in the description as well. Please keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon.